Have you ever wondered how two distinct compounds, CBD and THC, can originate from the same cannabis plant? Today we're diving into this fascinating topic with a unique musical twist. We'll explore the roles of CBD and THC using the analogy of an orchestra, where every component plays a crucial part in creating harmony and discord. This approach not only simplifies the complex interactions of these compounds within our bodies, but also adds an element of fun to our learning experience. So, tune your instruments and ready your ears as we conduct our way through the symphonic landscape of CBD and THC, uncovering the science behind their effects and uses in a melody that resonates with both novices and seasoned enthusiasts alike. Join us for an educational journey that promises to be as enlightening as it is entertaining. Imagine your body's internal systems as a grand orchestra. It's complex with different instruments working together to create, well, you. The system that helps regulate things like mood, pain, and sleep is called the endocannabinoid system. Let's consider it our orchestra for today. This orchestra isn't just about sounds, it's a symphony of chemical signals and reactions. Every instrument, your organs, nerves, and immune system plays a vital part. Sometimes things get a bit out of tune. Maybe the brass section is too loud, representing anxiety, or the strings are playing too slow, mimicking sluggishness or fatigue. The endocannabinoid system helps to retune this orchestra. Its special receptors are like little volume knobs, scattered throughout your body, ready to adjust how different instruments play. These receptors are what THC and CBD interact with, but in very different ways. Meet THC, the conductor of the cannabis plant. THC loves taking control. It directly targets specific receptors in your brain, like a conductor signaling the entire orchestra to play louder, faster, and more intensely. That's the high feeling your whole internal orchestra is going wild. THC is the rock star of the plant, and it's not shy about its power. When THC enters your system, it zeroes in on specific receptors in your brain called CB1 receptors. These receptors are especially plentiful in areas that control things like pleasure, movement, memory, and thinking. It's like the conductor hijacking the orchestra's communication system. Suddenly, the signals for feel good and boost creativity are cranked to full volume. That's where the euphoric feeling comes from. Your perception of time might warp, colors might seem brighter, your inner orchestra is playing a totally different tune. However, the conductor can be unpredictable. THC's influence extends beyond the classic high. It has the potential to disrupt short-term memory formation, particularly in areas of the brain like the hippocampus. This might explain why it can be tough to remember your train of thought or recall events clearly when you're under the influence of THC. Additionally, THC interacts with the brain's reward system, releasing a surge of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This dopamine rush reinforces the desire to repeat the experience, which plays a role in how some individuals can develop a dependence on THC. Sometimes the orchestra speeds up, making your thoughts race or your heart pound. Other times the music becomes slow and dreamy, making you feel sleepy or uncoordinated. THC can have a big impact on your appetite too. It's like the conductor tells your stomach play louder, leading to those famous munchies. And remember, the conductor's influence is temporary. As THC levels fade, your internal orchestra starts to return to its regular programming. That's why the high eventually wears off. The conductor's impact can also vary depending on how much THC you take, how often you use it, and even your own individual body chemistry. Now here's CBD. CBD prefers a more subtle approach than its attention-grabbing cousin, the conductor. CBD is more like a single influential musician, perhaps a calming cellist. It doesn't take center stage but subtly interacts with the orchestra as a whole. It's like encouraging the flute to play more softly, or suggesting the percussionists ease off a bit, essentially promoting a mellower atmosphere. CBD doesn't bind as strongly to the CB1 receptors that THC loves. Instead, it seems to interact with a whole network of receptors and other systems in the body. Think of CBD like that cellist who isn't trying to lead the orchestra but is content to contribute its rich, mellow sound. It might gently influence how your body produces certain internal cannabinoids, which are signaling molecules similar to those found in the cannabis plant. CBD also seems to have a hand in regulating serotonin levels. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that plays a huge role in mood and anxiety. It's like the cellist subtly encouraging the flute section to play a calming melody. While it doesn't cause a high, CBD might create a sense of overall relaxation and well-being. Some research suggests CBD has the potential to reduce anxiety, making stressful situations feel a bit more manageable. It's like the cellist's influence helps dampen the frantic energy of the orchestra. CBD might also have pain-relieving properties. It seems to work alongside the body's natural pain signaling systems, potentially helping to turn down the volume of those uncomfortable sensations. Think of it as the cellist, soothing the percussion section after an intense crescendo. CBD's potential benefits don't stop there. It's being explored for its role in sleep regulation, inflammation reduction, and even managing conditions like epilepsy. It's like the cellist's influence extends beyond any single section of the orchestra, promoting overall harmony. Chronic pain is one of the most common ailments treated with both THC and CBD. Patients often turn to these compounds when traditional pain medications fail or cause undesirable side effects. THC works by binding to cannabinoid receptors in the brain and body, potentially altering pain perception and providing relief. While CBD does not bind as directly to these receptors, it may help reduce inflammation, which is a common cause of chronic pain. For instance, some studies found that patients with arthritis who used a CBD-infused topical experienced significant pain reduction, enabling them to resume daily activities with improved comfort. One of the most significant medical breakthroughs for CBD has been its use in treating epilepsy, particularly severe forms that do not respond well to standard medications. The FDA-approved drug Epidiolex, a purified form of CBD, has been used to treat rare forms of epilepsy in children, such as Dravet syndrome and Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Clinical trials have demonstrated that CBD can substantially reduce the frequency of seizures and, in some cases, stop them altogether. Multiple sclerosis, a disease that affects the brain and spinal cord, results in muscle spasms, pain, and tremors. Medical cannabis, rich in THC and CBD, has shown promise in reducing these symptoms. The oral spray Sativex, which contains both THC and CBD, is approved in several countries to treat MS-related muscle spasticity. Patients report reduced spasticity and pain, which significantly enhances the quality of life. Cannabis compounds, particularly CBD, are also explored for their potential in treating mental health disorders such as anxiety, depression, and PTSD. CBD is valued for its anti-anxiety effects without the psychoactive high associated with THC. Studies suggest that CBD may help reduce anxiety in real-life situations like public speaking, and could also offer benefits for depression by enhancing serotonin receptor activity. As the popularity of THC and CBD products continues to grow, so does the need for robust consumer education and safety. Understanding what you're putting into your body, how to use these compounds safely, and where to buy them are crucial steps in ensuring a positive experience. The first step to safe consumption is knowing how to read product labels. This is vital as it helps you understand exactly what you purchase and consume. Labels on cannabis products typically include information on THC and CBD content, dosage per serving, suggested use, and whether the product contains full spectrum, broad spectrum, or isolate extracts. Checking for a product's certificate of analysis, COA, which should be available from reputable sellers, can also inform you about potential contaminants and the exact cannabinoid profile. Understanding dosages is key to a safe and enjoyable experience with cannabis products. THC and CBD can affect everyone differently. Factors like body weight, metabolism, and tolerance can influence how a person reacts. Start with a low dose, especially if you are new to cannabis or trying a new product. For THC, this might mean starting with a product that contains under 5 milligrams per serving, and for CBD, starting doses are usually around 10 to 20 milligrams. Monitor how you feel over a few hours, as the effects of THC can be immediate, while CBD might take longer to notice. Purchasing your products from reputable sources is essential. This means selecting products from vendors who provide transparent information and third-party testing results. Avoid buying products from informal sources like social media platforms or unlicensed dispensaries, as these products may not be tested and could contain harmful contaminants. Always look for well-established brands that are compliant with state regulations and have positive customer reviews. Beyond understanding labels and dosages, knowing safe consumption practices is critical. This includes recognizing the signs of overconsumption, such as dizziness, nausea, or extreme anxiety, and knowing how to respond. It's also important to be aware of the potential for interactions with other medications. Always discuss your cannabis use with a healthcare provider, especially if you are taking prescription medications or have underlying health conditions. As you navigate the world of THC and CBD, understanding the legal landscape is also crucial. Cannabis laws vary significantly across different regions, affecting everything from possession to consumption and even research. Globally, the legality of cannabis, THC, and CBD varies widely. Some countries like Canada and Uruguay have legalized cannabis for recreational use, allowing for both THC and CBD products to be sold in regulated markets. In contrast, many countries in Asia and the Middle